Howdy, everybody. Welcome to our second episode of the Corner Arcade. I am Adam, the head of the arcade. With me, as always, is Fat 420. We have Ty and we have Squirrel, and we are here to discuss all things nerdy and, well, what we think are cool. If you don't think so, well, kind of sucks. You, I guess. But yeah. So, how's everyone doing today?
Not bad, not bad.
Okay.
Not horrible.
Pretty good.
Read
Okay.
a little
We're
bit of
doing
my
good.
Star
We're doing
Wars.
great.
Read a couple chapters in the Star Wars book this morning. So
I think that's a pretty good thing. You know, I'm sporting
I'm
my
work-
Star Wars
working
jacket
on-
today, representing the rebels.
I'm
You know,
supporting my caterpillar outfit.
But
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell last week I was actually wearing my Chewbacca onesie, but all you
Yes.
could see was
Yeah,
the hood.
that was
and it
pretty
didn't
cool.
yeah, we did notice,
We
and I
did
felt
notice.
bad that I wasn't wearing this
Sweet.
last week to kind of meet with you on that, but I didn't think about it before I went on, so that's my own fault.
A quick rabbit trail before we go. Has anybody watched Star Wars Holiday Special?
It's been a long time since I watched the
family-
Star Wars Holiday Special.
I'll say this before we start with whatever. I'm sorry, Adam, but
Oh no, you're fine.
as much as I hear people hate it, I actually loved it. And it's something I watch every single Christmas time. It's one of the Christmas movies I watch. So
Okay.
anyway, so what are we doing today?
All right. Well, some of the things that we're doing today include we're going to be doing our Would You Rather segment. Would you rather be Iron Man or Batman?
Ooh.
We have a retro review today, or at least I think so, right? 420.
It's Adventure on the 2600.
Okay. I found some news stories that some people may be interested in, and then, that's if we get there. Provided we don't run off on some sort of rabbit hole or tangent or whatever. So it'll just be what it is.
Right.
So I think where we'll start is with the Would You Rather. Would you rather be Batman or Iron Man? Now, everyone has their opinion on this. I want to reiterate to everyone who wasn't here last week, there's no right or wrong answer. There may be a astounding majority on one of the answers, like last week, but there's no right and wrong here. We just want to make sure that we explain why we're choosing what we're choosing. So, that being said,
Sorry.
um, it's
So
okay.
with me, I'll preface it with this. With me,
I have a question.
it would be a Black Sabbath song. So if you know what that one is, then you know which mine. Which, if you don't, it's Iron Man. And here's why. One, he can fly. Two,
Okay.
his suit's a little bit stronger than Batman's suit. Three, he actually has stuff he can shoot out of his hand, I believe.
Yeah, he has the
Yeah.
repulsors.
The repulsors in his hands, and just the mask, and that he can actually he don't have to go to like a telephone booth or something to change to his outfit. It just automatically goes all over him.
Oh, so like you're talking about the nanotech suit.
Yeah, the nanotech suit, Iron Man, is what I would do. And also, it just seems like it'd be stronger. Like I said, I can fly. Just a little bit, stronger. I think he'll last longer in a fight.
Okay.
Because with Batman, granted he has his utility belt with all the stuff in it. He has to change into it, and then you can get cut with it to a degree, and I mean with a gun and stuff or whatever, lasers, whatever can get through it, and it's like, I mean, Batman is cool, it'd be cool with the batarangs and everything, and It's just I feel Iron Man. I'd like to be Iron Man because the strength and the little bit more powerful it seems like for me, and that's why I picked Iron Man.
Okay. Ty, which would you choose in this Would You Rather?
It's almost which millionaire you want to be. But anywho,
Yeah.
I always liked Batman. The reason why is because I like being out in the dark. He comes out in the dark. And to me, Batman is more realistic than Iron Man could be. In a way.
I get that.
Nowadays, no, because you got so much stuff. But like back when I was a kid, like Batman was the most realistic superhero basically there was, and I always just watch Batman. I don't know. There's pros and cons of both of them really, but I'd probably be Batman for sure.
All right. And of course, Squirrel, what's your preference for this one?
It's hard. Okay, so I grew up. I love Batman. Like Michael Keaton as Batman was like, there's nobody
Yes.
better than that. But I mean, Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
stupid golfer versus the actor. I never get him straight. But either way, he also made it to as the Joker. Like it's hard to live up to it. Jared Leto got close, but it's still that just really sealed the deal for me. And I was more
Yeah.
DC over Marvel for sure. But I guess the difference it comes down to for me is Batman, he always wanted to save his parents. He would like to, save everybody from the evil that there is. Whereas Iron Man seems he wants to save himself. So he's trying to save the world, to try to save some form of humanity in him, maybe. So, I mean, if I look at it like that, I thought my answer was going to be Iron Man. But honestly, I'd still have to say Batman. Just with,
All right.
I guess, kind of how he's out there. They both have a lot of money and can do whatever they want. But Batman has a little bit more heart, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Heath Ledger did a pretty good job as Joker, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It
Yeah.
would have been great if he could have still been around to continue being Joker, because that would have been epic.
Yes.
So that
he
was
would
that
have
was a
rivaled,
huge
if not
loss.
surpassed. Definitely.
Yeah.
I also believe Elon Musk is secretly Iron Man in real life.
Is he secretly Iron Man or is he secretly Doctor Doom?
I'm not sure.
There you go.
We'll see. The future will tell.
Well, some things I'll say about this Would You Rather is we have to remember Batman is very heavily dependent on his gadgets. He's really good at martial arts. He's a really good detective. But in order to come up with a plan, the thing is, when he has to come up with a plan and he always needs time to do it. And that's cool. But, Iron Man, for himself, he has his powered armor. He works with either Jarvis or Friday for AI. He's not so skilled in, martial arts or whatever. But he has a larger, more versatile arsenal at his disposal. And let's face it, it is really cool when he calls in all of his armors in to help him. So you're not really going to go wrong. I think for me personally, I'm kind of Team Iron Man on this. But it wouldn't take much to make me switch my answer. There's a lot going on for both. So
And it also seems like until the recent movies that Iron Man is more loved by the people, whereas there's some people that still can't stand Batman.
yeah.
In the same way
plus,
with the government.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Plus what? No, I was just
I was
saying
gonna
that
say,
he
Okay, 420.
One at a time.
my point is,
Go on ahead.
it seems like Iron Man works more with the government, and the government will help him more than Batman does. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Whereas Batman.
What about
takes all his
Commissioner
choices.
Gordon?
Well,
You got
that's what
Commissioner
I was
Gordon
gonna
in there.
So you have to think about their help. So Iron Man has an actual AI, right, that helps him in his suit. That helps him leaps and bounds over Batman's butler. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the butler.
Yeah, I mean you have Jarvis versus Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah.
I like
You
Alfred.
have Robin versus if Iron Man had a sidekick, his closest sidekick would be Spider-Man, actually.
Right. So then would we get into them as be like you would have all of Batman's sidekicks versus all of Iron Man's like coworkers?
Well, if that's the case, then with Batman, you also got Batwoman,
Well, yeah,
You got Batgirl and Nightwing.
If you're gonna talk, you have to
Batgirl,
introduce yourself.
Nightwing, yeah.
It's not my
Hi,
show.
I'm Kelsey.
It's not my show.
hey Kelsey. It's
How's
fine.
it going?
Hi Kelsey.
You come to my house talking about comics and not expect me to jump in.
Hey,
The
it's
question
fine.
was Batman or Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Any particular reason why?
Because Iron Man isn't all poor me, I lost my parents. He did lose his parents,
Yeah.
but he also is like he saw what damage he was doing with the weapons that he created and said, I'm going to fix it. He's actively trying to fix the problems of his own creating while also trying to make the world better, where Batman's like, I'm going to hide in the shadows. I don't want any credit. Which Tony Stark did kind of have an ego that could fill Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
True.
But
Okay.
Bruce Wayne also has his faults. But I mean, when it comes down to the two of them, I got to go with Iron Man personally.
Okay.
I just find him as more charismatic, and he's not afraid to a certain extent. I mean, like
Yeah.
Batman doesn't want anyone to know who he is, only trusts Alfred and Commissioner Gordon. Iron Man, he's like, okay, let's build an entire network of people and try and help this out. I mean, essentially, they did the same thing in DC Universe with the Justice League, but that was more led by Superman.
Yeah. And a lot of their
But
a lot
funded
of
by
justice. Yeah, it is funded by Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm like, wait, he did fund everything. He doesn't like to be the loud partner. He likes to be the silent partner.
yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So, I guess along these lines, I'm kind of curious when it comes to Batman movie speaking. Who is your guys' Batman? We all have one that seems to be the Batman over others.
Keaton.
Yeah, I'm going Michael Keaton.
I'm Team Keaton.
Yeah.
We're discussing our
Keaton.
favorite Batman. Which
Michael
actor?
Keaton, and then I would have to put Christian
Yeah,
Bale.
Mike
under
Keaton.
him.
Okay.
Always got to be Keaton.
Yeah.
As long as it's not George Clooney.
I mean,
Yeah.
Adam West.
Okay, we all agree on that one. At least I do.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
He did do good.
Like,
Yeah,
Val
like I said,
Kilmer did okay. Val Kilmer was okay, but
Honestly, I like
It's-
Val Kilmer, but mostly just because Jim Carrey's the Riddler.
It's like
Yeah.
I think we can all agree we don't want Bat Nipple. Okay.
thank you. Thank you,
And
somebody said it.
if I had to do
What is with the
Second.
nipple?
if I had to be a close second and being probably the only Gen Xer here, except for maybe Squirrel, I would go with Adam West as my second Batman.
Okay.
Okay.
wasn't he the original? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think,
In the
yeah, I was going
show.
to say he's the original.
Yeah.
He's the wham bang pow.
Yeah.
Oh, Rusted Metal Batman.
So, all right. So there you go. We seem to be kind of universally across the board Team Keaton on who's our Batman.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
you know, it may not be the solely right choice, but the majority of us all think the same. So I'm sorry about you if you don't. All right. So I guess now, 420, you want to tell us about your review of Adventure on Atari for a
Since
retro?
since my regular Atari 2600 is still in storage, I play it on the handheld.
Okay.
Adventure. I did Adventure this time because it's my all-time favorite Atari game. Adventure is a 1980 action adventure game developed and published by Atari for 2600. Player controls are a square avatar whose quest is to explore an open-ended environment to find a magical chalice and return it to the Golden Castle. The game world is populated by roaming enemies, 3 dragons that can eat you, and a bat that randomly steals and moves around in the game world. Adventure introduced new elements to console games, including enemies that would continue to move when off screen. Now, with that said, when I was reading all that, because I was doing, research for it, as well as playing the game, that to me seemed like a first semi-open world game. Because you got to walk around, you got to go through mazes. Granted, it was 1D or whatever you want to call it, the flat screen.
Yeah, 2D.
It was like a 2D. It's kind of like a Temu version of Minecraft because it's all blocks. Everything's all blocked.
Okay.
I mean, even the chalice, you can see how it is a chalice, but it's all just blocked out.
Yeah.
The key that you get to go into the castles is blocked out, and once you learn how to do it, it's actually a fairly easy game to play.
Okay.
But once you do learn how to play it, you can go through it quick.
Okay.
Because again, it's like once you figure out how to do stuff, and when you see, and for like instance, your sword is basically an arrow.
Okay.
And when you go up to it, you gotta touch it and then move around, but you gotta make sure it's in the right spot of your square. That way, when the dragons or the bat comes at you, you're able to poke it to kill it.
Okay.
And it's just no more than just, of course, the one button, and you just move around. And when you want to drop something, you pretty much just have to. For me, I have to move and click the button to drop it.
Okay.
And then to pick something up, you just gotta basically run into it, and then you just going around it like floats beside you until it gets stolen by the bat or you drop it. So for ease, I would once you get used, figure out the controls, because I don't have the book for it, to tell you how to do stuff. But for ease, I give it a 9 out of 10. For gameplay, I'd still give it overall. I give it a 9 out of 10 for ease gameplay. It's fun. It does take you a little bit of time. It's like a very, very mini version of Skyrim or Fallout or things of that nature. So yeah, if you're into Gen X type games or early millennial like Adam, it's a good game. So
Yeah.
and that would be my review of Atari Adventure for Atari 2600. So if you want me to review a game that's retro, and I'd say no newer than PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360, but I'll review anything older as Commodore 64 or Intellivision or Atari or the
ColecoVision.
Because that was going to be my question.
ColecoVision.
Like, how old do you want the reviews to be?
I mean, if I can find it, I'll even, if you really want to, because Steve's age, I can do Pong if you really want to.
Okay.
Oh, Duck Hunter.
Nintendo, I'll do Nintendo.
Well, not Duck Hunter.
So, just let us know. It'll be appreciated.
Yep. Yeah, just if you
I
have
know-
suggestions, please go to the Corner Arcade on Facebook. Give us a like and give us your suggestions for things that you want to hear from us, like from Retro Review, or if there's news stories you want us to cover or something that's kind of piqued your
Or
interest, please.
would you rather that we haven't done yet?
Exactly.
Like
now.
for instance, Squirrel just mentioned, we can do a would you rather have all DC or would you rather have all Marvel?
Yeah.
So that'd be my review. And
Okay. I think at this point, looks like it's time to go over some stories. I know one of the main stories they was kind of going over that really piqued my interest was that of Nintendo updating a patent for a detached dual screen for the Switch 2. It seems like they're going to be aiming for allowing people to play DS through their Nintendo Switch Online.
really?
Yeah, so the way it kind of seems is for the Switch 2, the secondary screen will come out of the top, and it'll be as wide as the Switch 2. It just folds flat over. So, and if I had to guess, it's going to attach through the USB-C on the top of the device. So, now, it's speculative on whether or not it's for DS games through Switch Online, or if there will be actual games that you can play through Switch 2 that incorporate that. But that kind of seems to just be where it's going. It's
Now, will this extra screen be a touchscreen as well, or not?
from my understanding, the extra screen is not going to be, because the main screen on here is actually touchscreen.
Oh, so there isn't going to be a touchscreen. The
Yes.
extra is not. Okay.
Yeah, the extra will not be. If I had
So
to guess,
Now, is
it'll
the
probably
extra
just-
screen? Is it just will it take off the main screen and just put it on that screen, or is it just like a continuing screen?
And you see that I don't know. It doesn't go into specifics in the patent. I'm just guessing that on the upper screen it'll be what would have been your normal screen here, and then this will be like your touch component. Of it. That is, if it goes that way, it could just equal a larger screen for whatever game you happen to be playing. So for right now, it's just, I guess it's more just to lock down their idea that they can do this. Whether it truly comes to fruition or not is up in the air. But that patent was updated, I think, August 14th, so pretty recently. Just all of a sudden. So yeah, it was just something to kind of take a look at. And another bit of news, for now, full disclosure, I'm not huge into this game that I'm going over. I'm not a first-person shooter at all, but Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is coming out, and it has a release date of November 14th. So it is coming soon. Obviously, this is for PlayStation, but I know a lot of people nerd out about this game, so I thought I'd highlight it. We'll have co-op campaigns, multiplayer, and zombies, which seems to be a mainstay of Call of Duties now. So
yes, it is.
So
that's all my brother wants to play is, you want to go online and play zombies? I'm like, dude, there's more to the game than just freaking zombies. If you want zombies, go play like Left 4 Dead or something like that.
Yeah. Now, yeah, so that's coming out for those of you who like first-person shooters. I'm still very much an RPG type of guy, and stuff like that. Now, along the same type of lines as first-person shooters, Sony and Microsoft are playing nicey nice now when it comes to Helldivers 2 crossover. They are combining it with Halo coming out, because Helldivers 2 right now is on PCs only. So now they're combining it with Halo, and it's going to be on both editions of Helldivers 2 on consoles for Sony and Xbox. So, that's pretty cool. The people that I've talked to who actually play that game are excited about it. Like, actually, one of our hopefully future co-hosts, Tyler, when he decides to show up, he likes Helldivers 2. He's excited about dressing up as, one of Master Chief's soldiers and stuff and getting some of their weaponry. So that's cool.
That is cool. As long as they keep playing nice, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well,
It's like a brother-brother relationship. Like 1 minute they're fighting, and then the next minute they're like, "Oh, we need each other to get through this."
Well, they're beginning to understand that if they keep doing exclusives, they're keeping money off the table.
Yeah.
There's so many people who are either dead set PlayStation or dead set Xbox. But why not release stuff for both? Okay, you release a game maybe a few months ahead of time for one, but then you make it inclusive, and they can all play on it. So,
that's not a bad idea. Because, right now you have, like, for me, for example, right? Like, Halo was the only reason I bought an Xbox 360, right? So I'm at, like, $350 for one game series. That. Who knows how long. Luckily, it's been one that's lasted throughout the years. But, they just took down, the Halo 3 servers, which is really sad. But I thought that maybe they were trying to bring him back or something.
Yeah. Well,
but,
for someone like me being into RPGs, PlayStation's big catch for me was Final Fantasy. They didn't let it go anywhere else after it left after it left Super Nintendo. So if I wanted to play Final Fantasy, I had to go PlayStation. But I'm personally more of a big fan of Xbox, so I've kind of had to go without. So knowing that they're merging and already saying that, Final Fantasy VII, the remakes and stuff are coming over cross-platform, that's very exciting for me. So,
the other
MLB, thing that it comes down to is the gameplay.
Okay, going ahead, Ty.
Like the MLB, the show, the baseball game. Like I had to buy a PlayStation to play that for a while because they didn't make it for Xbox.
Yeah.
So actually, my PS4 was a Christmas gift, so good thing I didn't have to pay for it. But but now I heard that they have MLB The Show on Xbox now. So it's like, do I get rid of my PlayStation 4, or do I just keep it? And I'm just like, I might as well keep it because, one, it didn't cost me any money, and two, like there's some games that I'd rather play on PlayStation, like Battlefield. I'd rather play Battlefield on PlayStation than Xbox. Call of Duty, I played it on both. I sort of like PlayStation better than I do my Xbox. So there's certain games that I like on PlayStation that I don't like on Xbox, and then vice versa.
Okay, Squirrel. What did you have to say? Do you remember?
Oh no. I said, I do. It came down to online and like, what did I have to pay, or did I have to pay for it? But I will say that having to pay for Xbox Online, it seemed like they developed it a little bit better than the PlayStation Network, which gave it free for a while. But then now they have the different perks. Like, I absolutely despise how they have their plans now for PlayStation Plus. Like, I don't like how they changed it last year. And I mean, that's just me. I like the ability to have access to the catalogs, but it's just so. I mean, as far as online, I would always choose Xbox over PlayStation. Minus for the fact I didn't have to pay for it, you know. But yeah, like then again, it comes back down to I played Halo primarily online. Like I know again, Assassin's Creed tried to do online, and it was interesting how they tried it. I think it had potential, but it was a big flop. And I think a lot of servers had a hard time keeping up with just the action going on in the maps themselves.
Yeah. I know one of the things I'm hearing, since you brought up, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that. One of the things that I'm hearing is that Xbox is going to make a new subscription that just focuses solely on the cloud gaming aspect of Game Pass, and it'll allow. It's either going to be you buy it and you have it, or you don't, or it'll be dosed out into these are the types of games you have at certain price lines. That part
Okay.
hasn't really been well defined, but there does seem to be a push for the for the cloud gaming aspect of that. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it turns out. Being one who beta tested the cloud gaming quite
Okay.
a while ago, it was really cool, but their selection starting out really fucking sucked. So, so yeah.
See, I think for me in the future, I would pay a little bit extra, like a small percentage, right, to actually be able to have a hard copy of the game that did not require internet to play. Or if maybe they've made that like an extra perk if you buy the game, like if you get the special limited super ultra edition, that you can have like the disc to go with it, and so that way you can own the hard. Like that would be incentive for me to want to go that extra mile with them. But I'm kind of opposed to everything going online just because I want to have my copy and I want to play it in the forest. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't have that much of an issue with like the cloud gaming thing, because then you're not paying for the game that you're paying for or that you're playing. You're paying for access to it. So they're being very clear. You don't own that game. You're just kind of borrowing it from the library.
I see. That's cool.
Yeah, these digital games though that you buy, you're not really buying. You're buying a license to use it. But if the server ever shuts down, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So,
being the old school gamer that I am, I used to play Warcraft all the time on the computer. And then when they went to the World of Warcraft, which required you to pay $10, $15 a month on top of spending $60 for the game, being poor that I am, it was kind of disheartening that I can't play that game anymore because I have to pay extra just to play the game. And it's like, I like the open world and everything of it and the play because I've seen video of it, but I wish they would, like what Skrull was saying, incorporate it to where you can play it offline.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
it's the same way with the Elder Scrolls Online. I loved it because I beta tested it. I loved it. It's just I couldn't spend the extra whatever it was a month to play it, and it's like, so that's why I got into Skyrim a lot more, because it was open world and I could play it offline.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those games where like it's primarily you're just buying access to the internet MMO? As like, do you wish that they would also have like a campaign accompanied with them to kind of make it more bang for the buck, to where you could get more into the story as opposed to let's get online and just get everybody, or like like Destiny was the same way, wasn't it?
Yeah. I got more into Destiny 2 mainly because of the cloud gaming. I didn't have much options, so that's just what I fell into. I mean, it's still a first-person shooter, so it's still kind of rough on me, but it was always funny to watch myself die numerous times and try and get respawned. But my personal opinion is, if you're doing an MMO, yeah, there needs to be a base plot through it. But if you're playing an MMO, it's more about just playing alongside of people and not game completion, really.
Okay.
Where, like, I guess it's the difference between, like, a Star Wars game and the Star Wars MMO. Like, Knights of the Old Republic versus the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, great standalone game. Actually, I'd love to see it rebooted with more modern graphics. But Old Republic was great because you could meet friends on there in the Jedi universe, if you will, and just do fun stuff and live out be the person you want without really many restrictions, other than like level and area.
So
Aren't we
would this
talking
be?
about? Go ahead.
So this
Go
would kind of be like, again, Skyrim, but instead of having NPCs as your companions, actually have real world people go through all the quests and everything with real world people instead of just having, just a
Yeah. There
random
there
computer
is
generated.
there
One
is
thing,
a
guys, before you guys start another conversation, I got to get my son to football. So it's been fun. Next week should not be a problem. I'll be on full time next week, and we'll see you guys. Thanks.
all right,
It's
take
all
it easy,
good.
Ty.
Thanks, Ty. See you later.
All right, so in regards to Skyrim specifically, they've actually continued to work on a mod for that game so that you can have multiplayer in it.
Oh, okay.
It's just usually it's not allowed on the consoles, only on the PC version. I think
Right.
you have to get that through the Nexus if it's still around. But it does allow you to play multiplayer through Skyrim, which
Okay.
I haven't played personally, so I'm not quite sure how exactly that would go. But
Well, up until a year ago, I didn't have a computer that actually play it, even though I got it for the computer, and
okay.
I'm still stuck on the 360 playing it.
Well,
So I can't do the fishing part of it.
yeah.
But
All right. I don't know, Squirrel. Do you have a preference on whether a MMO should have a like solid single player portion of it?
I think if you want to draw more people in that aren't already into the genre, and maybe MMO could be a way to get them into it, it might not be a bad option to add on there. But like you mentioned for Star Wars, I mean, obviously I'm an avid fan, and so just being able to go out there and try to play as the different characters and just kind of flood a field, I mean, that sounds like fun, but if I'm already a fan, I can see why I wouldn't need that baseline edition. But it would still make it a little bit more fun and maybe a little bit more engaging as far as for why I'm playing certain maps. You know, like why does this map come up as like the playing field? Why is this one in a way that has potential behind that? You'd understand it. So I for me, I'd say definitely get a baseline going.
Okay. So
If you got that, I think my connection's a little spotty.
yeah, it was. You kind of turned into a T-Pain in the middle of it and stuff. But but it's okay. So you kind of want the base game involved if you're not really involved in the universe, you think maybe to get you more involved in the story before you go multiplayer?
Yeah, I think it could have more of a pull to a wider audience if you add that category to it.
Okay.
Because it does kind of give them more of a background than just coming into a game and thinking, oh, this is a lot of fun.
So I
Or
wonder
not,
if
depending on how they go.
So I wonder if maybe it'd be like a Fable 2 or Fable 3. It can be a single player game, but people can join in either as your partner or just as bubbles you see kind of flying through your area and you can interact with and talk to, but they don't really affect your story, but they can assist you in your story.
Didn't Halo do that? You could have someone like, my gamer tag's Orion's Wolf. You could have Orion's Wolf 1, Orion's Wolf 2, and you guys are going through the campaign, and they're really just extra soldiers helping you. Am I remembering that wrong?
I don't know. I really didn't play Halo. I mean, like I said, I wasn't really big into the first-person shooter genre.
Right.
So, I mean, I know a lot of multiplayer was played, but usually when I heard of it, it was like, they were either all fighting each other, not really helping each other through a campaign.
Right.
But I imagine eventually it could have got to that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have that. I know. So I heard recently, kind of shifting gears from games, which we seem to kind of gravitate toward. As a nerd with a computer, I've actually heard that the newest Windows 11 update has been bricking some SSDs, some solid state drives.
Mm.
People who like really use their hard drives for like their jobs and stuff that really get into heavy usage. Apparently, it's bricking them. So it's something to watch out for.
Is there
I've also,
a way to?
Did they say why
not that I
or
recall.
how?
There was just something about it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it again.
And the updates are pretty pushy nowadays. I would wonder, like, is there a way to postpone it indefinitely if that's the case? Or can Microsoft just stop the update themselves knowing this is happening?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find something here real fast. Okay. Oh, don't do that. All right. Let's see if I can share my screen here. So this is one of the many stories that I've seen. So it's for the SSDs under really heavy workloads. But it's about drives just completely disappearing following file transfers, and some that can't be recovered after a reboot. So if someone's continuously transferring over 50 gigabytes, it can cause the drives just to vanish, just to disappear,
Weird.
and they just can't be recovered. So
it's something in the programming.
yeah, so
Clearly.
it's got to be something that they did.
Like maybe a path line or whatever just has it to where, like, delete partition or something.
Yeah. So I'm not really. So it says it's how an SSD handles its cache and how it's being affected by the Windows 11 update.
Okay.
That's kind of triggering it. So that might be something that they go into, and maybe they take a line out from the update or make a workaround.
They'd have to put a patch. Yeah, they'd have to patch it. Because it sounds like it's having it to where whenever it gets to a line of code, it's just, instead of like deleting what was there or making space or whatever it does. I'm not a computer science major. That it's just telling the device to actually just delete whatever's on there completely.
Yeah. Well,
that's
delete it or just completely forget the drive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you can't recover it via a reboot or anything like that. So think about that. You just get a new SSD drive and you're transferring a bunch of stuff into it after this update, and then you lose that SSD drive. You're out some money. Microsoft isn't going to pay for that. So,
well, that's what I do with my pictures, right? Like I have my phone, and then I have my laptop, and then I have my desktop, and I have my dad's old hard drive because he passed like 10 years ago, and I got his computer. So I have that in there, and I put my pictures on there. So like the other day, I transferred like 50 plus gigs of photos alone onto an SSD drive on a Windows computer, So I mean, at that point, if you think about it, if I had that update and it triggered that somehow, it's just pictures. I mean, there's no way money can replace that.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have had all the missing memories. You would have had the SSD that just got wrecked, and it could happen with anything else. You just got to hope that maybe you still have the pictures on your phone or whatever device was the origination for them. But yeah, all those pictures that would have transferred over would have been gone.
Right. Is there any talk of like Microsoft doing anything for the people who have had their drives bricked?
No, Microsoft never does anything for hardware that gets bricked for their own stuff.
Well,
I mean,
remember back to video games, the Red Ring of Death. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that happened so much it got to the point where they actually were just exchanging out Xboxes so long as you had certain requirements met on it, you know. And then they would give you
Yeah.
like a free hard drive, maybe.
yeah, I know for a while the big thing was, well, how do you fix it? Some people would wrap their Xboxes in towels and try to get to overheat again. In order.
Well, a person that actually had it happen a couple times or more with the original 360. This is before they put the HDMI on the back.
Okay.
It tells you how old this. Not the one I'm playing on now, but the one I originally had. I did have Red Ring of Death, but the crazy thing is, what fixed that for me, oddly, was unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Hard
And
reset.
And it seemed to,
Yeah.
basically a hard reset, and it worked fine. Now the old 360, because even though it's clean inside and the fan's running perfectly fine, it does overheat because the newer games, even though they can be played on the original 360, they'll still play so hard that it heats it, gets too hot, and then it just basically just freezes, and then I have to again hard reset it. Push the button on the front of the console and hold it down to turn it off, and then push it back on. And that's why I'm glad I got two more 360s with the HDMI, and I play on that one. And it seems like, and the crazy thing is, I got a black one and I got a white one, and the black one seems to run a little bit better than the white one, even though they're both the two newer ones.
See, that was like one of the things I liked about the 360 was the swappable hard drive. So you didn't have to like lose your stuff if you had to get a replacement system. You can just
before the Slim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Slims had like the little square one that you could slide in, but when it was just the top that like popped off, and then you could put a different one in, pop it back on, and start it back up. Of course, it's going to have to do its updates, but
I'm just thinking about how big games are nowadays, right? Like, I think that like back then you got a 20 gig, it was a big deal. And I'm like, yeah, my little 20 gig wouldn't even hold like one modern game nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were nice because we didn't have to worry.
I got those expansion cards or whatever you call them that you put on the front of the console.
Yeah.
I got one originally, and it was the 512 megabyte, right? And then I wanted to get another one so that way I could just transfer all my, profiles to another one so that way I can keep playing it in a different room or something. Well, when I got one, I didn't realize it was like the 128 or something like half the size of what I got now. I can only put one profile on that with all the other games just so I can play those games, whereas the 512 I can put all of them on there and then swap it. So
yeah. Well, to use software that we're all kind of familiar with, or at least 420 and myself, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on the Switch 2 is actually 12.8 gigabytes of space on this.
Okay.
Now, so that would almost completely eat an Xbox 360 drive of 20 gig, like nothing. So, and that's not the biggest game I have on the Switch too. Like Mario Kart World, the new game that comes with a lot of the Switches, that's almost 22 gigabytes of space to have it on there. So that, the original Xbox 360 and its 20 gigabyte hard drive.
Now that you said that, when I got the GTA 5 and put it on the 360 because it was the 360 version, I actually had to get rid of a couple games just so I could download that one to play.
Yeah.
Like, that's a game I play constantly. Sorry. Yeah, on my PS4. I mean, I have a big library online, but on the actual PS4 without an external hard drive, I have like 4 games on there. So anytime I buy a new one, I have to be like, which one do I want to re-download? And it kind of sucks because that system was like $500 and I'm already playing that game. And I was like, man, all right. But I mean, it's nice to know that you can re-download it and you still have access, but it sucks having to just delete it just to get a new game on there and make like a gig's worth of space.
Yeah. Because nowadays, even if you use the disc, you still have to download at least a little bit of the game, plus whatever update it happens to carry for the system to allow it to play properly.
That's what I was just about to say. Because for the computer, I got the anthology of the Elder Scrolls series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Discs for all of them, but with the exception of Arena and Daggerfall.
Okay.
I had to download Steam just to download the game to play it. And it's like, I have the disc. Why do I need to download Steam to play it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Steam is, if you're going to be a gamer, like a true dedicated gamer or like a geeker of any kind, like, especially if you're going to be a PC gamer, I feel like Steam is essential. And I, like, way back in the day, used to talk crap about, oh, it's Steam. Why is everything on there? You got to buy everything on Steam. But the more I got, like, into gaming and the more I realized what it was, I mean, it seems like if you're going to play games on your PC, you should already have Steam on there just in case. And it sucks to have to download to play those, but it seems essential, you know?
Yeah.
And I get that. And the, I guess, blessing with that is I got like I said, I got the Skyrim for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever version that was, I keep getting them mixed up. Adam knows the right one, but
so I believe you're talking about Skyrim, the special edition, which only comes with the downloadable content, but nothing else. So,
and then when that said, when the next version came out for the PC.
Yeah, the anniversary edition.
And the anniversary edition with the Creation Club, I got that one free because I already had the other one. So I got 2 versions of Skyrim on my computer now. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Check this out. Corey's in here. Yeah, I don't think you could even put Warzone on a 360. Base download is between 100 and 200 gig.
Yeah, and I got the highest external hard drive that you slap on the side or top of the 360, and that's only
so go ahead. Sorry,
5 something or 256 or something.
Yeah, it was like 250 gig. Is what it was. Yeah.
Bear with me. They turned the Xbox into like old school Windows was with CD-ROMs. You have to change out the clickable hard drive. So each one is a different partition of the game. And you get to like a point where you did in DVDs and had to trade out the DVD for the second part of the movie.
Yeah.
That would be so frustrating.
What game was that on? I think it was one of those thriller type games on the computer where it was like, put the disc in to play it, and you played that one. And when you get to a certain part of the game, it's like, please insert disc 2 to play the game again. And I'm like,
I played a game like that on PC called Phantasmagoria.
That's the one I was talking about. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. It's like you play, you get a little bit into it, and then you have to change it out. It had like 14 discs. So it was ridiculous. But someone found a skip. You could actually, like, while you're on disc 2, when it says replace the disc, you can put any other disc in, and you jump to that start of the disc.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine was, and it's not a game, but a movie. I always knew in Braveheart, back in the day on VHS, when the break was happening, and I was like, okay, get ready. We got to put the second VHS in the VCR.
Yeah.
Sorry, videotape.
And Titanic.
Or Titanic. Titanic was that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it was.
Yeah.
I'm not a crazy cat lady. You are. Shut up.
Sorry, every time it gets spotty, I move my phone like I'm in a tunnel. I need to
Yeah.
get reception.
It's supposed to give you the Wi-Fi.
It's like, all right, we can hear you, squirrel. It's all good.
Yes.
I mean,
That's probably-
like Adam said even before, if the bandwidth is the issue, if you just turn off your video and we can still hear you, it might help a little bit too. So
Probably
Yeah.
be a little bit less distracting as
You
well.
want to see my tattoos with your heads?
But we can't see your tattoos and stuff because the camera's
tattoos.
on something else.
Taxidermy deer heads, not
Oh.
tattoo.
Let's say- you have to remember TJ who runs the network has his own antelope that we've all got to see and love over the years. So taxidermy stuff doesn't really bug us here on the Mayhem Network. So
Now, as far as tattoos, I probably have some of the strangest. I have like the Ziploc zipper face guy on my finger. Remember him? And when I got him, they're like, "Well, we have to do the other fingers." So I have like an angry face on the middle finger, and the surprise face on the ring finger, and another face. Oh, that scrunchy face. And then I had the Buddy Christ thumb, so I could A. It was a whole thing.
hi.
But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, we have fun
well,
around.
I
if
digress.
we're talking about gaming tattoos,
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
does anybody know where that one's from?
I
Just by
should.
lettering?
Is it Andromeda?
Hang on one second.
I'm gonna guess it's probably Skyrim. So
Or,
Mass Effect?
or this
What?
one.
pick
It's
that
the
one out.
fork. It's the fork from Skyrim.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
Well, long story short, a friend of mine, a very good friend
yeah.
of mine,
Sorry.
his saying is always keep your fork. Like, no matter how bad life gets to you, if you keep your fork, something's always going to be better. Like, you're going to get a dessert later on. So with that said, something to memorialize them. And I wanted to, again, the video game theme.
Yeah.
I decided to use the Skyrim fork. So that way when it says keep your fork, I can think of the Skyrim.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I like all of that.
It's like I would show you guys my tattoos, but I'll be honest, I don't have any.
Oh, well,
Um,
You got to see my Andor tattoo because I drew it.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. It's up there. Okay.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I got other ones. No. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's okay.
It's okay.
No, there have been tattoos I've wanted to have, but being diabetic, I won't heal properly from it. So I don't want it to turn into something that it's not supposed to be.
Right.
So,
I can
You know,
understand.
be faded out real quick and whatnot.
Yeah.
I get that.
yeah.
Oh man.
So in regards to back to what we were talking about,
Yes.
Corey chimes in with, and I love the game updates now. Like every couple months, I love a 40 to 50 gigabyte update.
It's-
You sit down to play a
Right.
video game, you're all ready to go, you hit power, you're like, all right, let's go. And wait 45 minutes while this updates. I'll go to the other room now.
That depends on your internet service. It could be 45 minutes if it's really good and no one else is on it, or it could be like 3 hours. You might as well go and get dinner and maybe go see a show or something.
Right.
And then when you come back, it might be done.
Right, and every time I turn on Steam, it's like, oh, you got an update for your game. It's like, oh, great, now I gotta wait, whatever.
Yep.
Right. Remember watching the download screen and it was always faster to not watch it as opposed to sit there and just be like, come on.
How about this? Do you remember watching the download screen and as it says it's moving forward, the time just grows and grows
Yes.
and grows?
Yes. You're like, why are you doing this? I can't even time travel.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
when I downloaded GTA 5, it took. I'm like, really? because again, I'm an old school gamer. I'm used to just popping something in and then playing it.
Yeah.
Maybe having to hunt down the memory card, and that was about the worst of it.
Yeah. Where you're keeping your save files and stuff.
Yeah.
Back when you had at least 3, if not more, save like little save cards. You just hope you don't ever misplace them, or that the whole thing doesn't get corrupted or something.
That's why,
Yeah, you have to start over.
That's why I got 2 of them for my PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
exactly what I was thinking of. Like for me, it was DDR Extreme Max 2 or Extreme 2, and on the challenge map, you have to put so much time and effort into that map. And every time I get almost done to finishing it, it would corrupt, and so I'd have to start over. And so I'd be like, okay, I'll be back in a couple months.
Yep.
I have that yellow one. But I'm working on my game room, so one of these days I can show you all the systems, and hopefully they'll be set up and working. Like maybe we could do a game or something.
Yeah, that'll be cool. We'll have to figure out how we can pull that off, or maybe we all play the same game, even if we can't play it together, and then just kind of comment on our way through.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like as far as to see how it played out, maybe not to watch. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And see, even though I do got a bigger place now, and like I said in the chat, that's another reason why I want to get one of those Retron 5s.
Yeah.
So that way I have just one console to play the Genesis, the Sega Genesis, the NES, SNES, all those.
Yeah. The Famicom, the Mega Drive.
Famicom, Mega Drive. But I just recently found out there is a TikToker or Facebook or whatever called the 80s Gamer. That guy that does his little things, and then at the very end he yells, "Oh my God," at the end.
Yeah.
He recently showed one where there's a TurboGrafx special emulator that's putting out by Retcon.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. And the thing is, not only does it the TurboGrafx cards, it also does, I think he calls something a PC Engine card where it plays certain PC games, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just as long as it comes on one of those chip cards,
right?
It'll play it. So,
I would love to have a big, huge wall of nothing but every single console, but
yeah,
you need like 3 RF modulators.
Yeah,
right. So for me, it's easier just to get that one thing and then just collect the games because it's going to take up less space.
Yeah. Use less energy too, probably.
Yeah. Well, at that point, you go to a pawn shop that has like a bunch of the games there, and you see if you can buy a bunch of them in bulk to get it out of their room.
All right.
Again, being an old school gamer, I'd really like to see one where it has the Atari, ColecoVision, and Television, all those, all in one console.
Yeah.
Which you can play some, because I found out about it because, again, I had the 2600, but a friend of mine had the ColecoVision.
Yeah.
There are certain carts from both of those that you can interswap and they still play. But those are like, you have to really like shove them in because one is like a hair bit wider than the other.
So Corey has a suggestion for you, 420.
Oh, she's already been told what's
Use
happening.
Raspberry Pi as an emulator and download all the games on a memory card.
Well, see, that was another thing too I was looking into that I was talked about on the on our group chat is there's those little memory sticks that look like a Amazon Fire Stick that has the 50,000 games on it. The only thing I don't like about it is...
Sorry, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
But the only thing I don't like about it is the controller is the PlayStation controller, and I can't stand the PlayStation controller because of the way my thumbs are, because I had operation on my thumb because I had a trigger finger where I couldn't bend it all the way down.
Okay.
Whereas the Xbox, when I hold the Xbox, it's naturally going to be up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd have to have it down, and that doesn't feel comfortable
Yeah.
for me. But
The
what were you saying?
emulators are great. Like, the emulators are great, and I absolutely love them. The only thing is federally. I mean, it's hard to know what's legal, what's not legal, and to not get in
Right.
trouble versus if you're doing something that you think is innocent, and then you come down and suddenly you're facing like all these fines and all this other stuff, and you're like, I just
Mhm.
wanted to play video games. You know, like
Yeah.
that's really the only problem you get into. Because I mean, my boyfriend's even into that, and he wants to have that collection, but if you're popped with a bunch of emulators on your computer, it's not good for you legally. So it's a
Yeah.
really big gray area.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of course here at the Corner Arcade, we don't condone piracy of any
Right.
shape or form. But you know, um, you have to make sure you have your games legally so that you can play.
But
And
that's
no one wants fines.
And that's just it, though. I mean, some of those companies that you can go and you can buy some of those systems, or you can buy a handheld that has hundreds of emulators on them, but you think
Yeah.
you bought it outright, you know, for like $40, and then
Yeah.
suddenly you realize that maybe what they're doing isn't straight up.
Yeah. You know,
Again,
I mean,
that's why I got these things, because these are actually put out by the
by the developer.
Sega, the developers. Even though they
Okay.
have the 80 games built into them,
Okay.
they do allow you to have the expansion slot with an SD card to put extra games.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I have to bounce out for today. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
But-
I'm gonna go on ahead and wrap up for us so that
Okay.
we can kind of go out. It seems to be a good time to end. So,
Mhm.
Does anyone have any kind of last thoughts on today's episode?
Last thoughts. It looks like the majority of us liked Iron Man over Batman.
Yeah.
We learned that there's going to be a possible extra monitor for the Switch 2.
Yep.
Sounds like if you're going to be hardcore gaming or just PC in general, watch your updates for Windows 11 because
Yep.
it could brick your SSD.
Yep. Yeah, we
Thank you
learned
guys for
the.
joining the conversation.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Again, I did Adventure, so if you want to get into really old retro gaming, it's a good game to start with. Again, if you know any retro games, let us know in a message or just like our page, and then when you see a post like Adam posting what we're going to be doing for the following week, say, hey, I'd like to see Fat do a retro game of Pac-Man or
Yep.
Excite Bike or something. Just let us know.
Yep.
And
Or who
also
knows?
share and like the page, and
It's like, who
yeah.
knows? Maybe Squirrel will want to do a retro game.
Have heard
has.
it too. Because
So
Yeah,
if I
I'm
don't
game.
if I don't have a console, I'm sure Squirrel has the console. So
Yeah, and there's a place down in El Paso where I can buy a bunch of old retro games that aren't horribly priced for the most part. So, I mean, I have
Right.
access and desire. Yeah, I'm down to do
okay.
geeky things. Duck Hunt. Yeah, but you have to have the right TV. Oh, that's the other thing. Last minute note on the Duck Hunt is new TVs, you cannot play it on.
Yeah,
It has to be an old, like, tube TV.
Yeah, you have to have like the old CRT TVs, and you have to make sure you have a light gun or a light zapper,
Yeah.
for it. So
And the cool thing about that is when I was doing some junking a while back, they had a flat screen, but it was like only 19-inch,
yeah,
and it was one of those old CRTs, even though it was flat screen. So
yeah.
there I go. So, but anyway,
All right, guys. Well, for Fat 420, for Squirrel, for Ty, and eventually maybe Tyler if he bothers showing up. And for Kelsey, too. Thanks, Kelsey, for being on the show.
Yeah.
Again,
This
thank
is
you very
Adam.
much for letting me kind of jump my way in.
Oh, no problem.
It's all good.
They know who you
This is Adam. We will
Pal.
see you this time next week, Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And until then, enjoy your games and don't be afraid to be a nerd. Okay?
are. That's right. Never.
All
And
right.
save up your quarters for the arcade games too.
Yep. Always save up your quarters for the next time you're at the corner arcade.
1,000 allowances worth of quarters.